She's still my sister. That's the complicated part. The honeymoon was 2 weeks in. Portugal and I spent the first 4 days of it crying in a way. That had nothing to do with Daniel and everything to do with grief, because that is what it was. Grief. Not for the wedding day, which had been beautiful despite everything. Not for my marriage, which was exactly what I had hoped it would be. But for the version of my sister I had believed in my whole life. The one who she would never. Except she did. Daniel was patient and present and did not once make me feel like my grief was an inconvenience to our honeymoon. He let me talk about it when I needed to and held me when I didn't have words and took me to dinner every night at small restaurants where nobody knew us. And we could just be two people who had chosen each other. I came home from that trip ready to have the hardest conversation of my adult life. Renee and I met at my parents' house, with my mom present at my request. Not as a referee, just as a witness. I needed someone else in the room who loved both of us. Renee came in looking like she hadn't slept in 2 weeks. She probably hadn't. I told her everything I felt. Not in anger. I had processed enough of it by then that I could speak clearly. I told her that what she had done was a fundamental betrayal. That using my vulnerabilities against me in front of my friends was unforgivable. That choosing my wedding cocktail hour to tell Marcus she had feelings for him was an act of pure selfishness that I could not explain away for her. I told her I loved her. I told her I did not trust her. I told her that those two things were going to have to exist at the same time for a while and that I didn't know how long. She cried. My mom cried. I did not cry because I had already used all of mine. Renee said she was sorry in a way that felt true. She said she had been in therapy since the wedding, and that she understood she had let something consume her that she should have dealt with years ago. She said she didn't expect forgiveness and wasn't asking for it. She asked only if I would leave the door open. I told her the door was still there. That was 8 months ago. Renee and I talk now, carefully at a distance that is still unfamiliar to two people who shared a bedroom for 12 years. We have had Sunday dinners at my parents' house where we are almost normal. She is back in therapy. She has not had any contact with Marcus, who made his own position clear after the wedding and has not wavered. I don't know what we will become. I know we will not go back to what we were, and I have made a kind of peace with that. What I know is that I am married to the right person. That the day, despite everything, held more joy than pain. That the photos are beautiful and the memories are mine, and no amount of cocktail hour drama can reach what happened when Daniel and I stood across from each other and said what we meant. Renee is in one of those photos, standing beside me, bouquet in hand, looking at me with an expression I have spent a long time trying to read. I think it is love. I think it was always love. I think love sometimes is not enough to make a person behave well. I'm still learning what to do with that. Follow for more stories.